And we continue with our in-depth coverage of the Sri Lankan terror attacks. The government of Sri Lanka has now admitted to a clear lapse in acting on intelligence inputs. 359 lives could have been saved. But Prime Minister Wickremesinghe was not told about the intel warning. President Sirisena did not know about it either. So who exactly was sitting on information as crucial as this? While responding to WION World is One's question, Sri Lanka's Deputy Defence Minister admitted to this grave communication lapse.
India had provided intelligence earlier. Have other countries, including India, provided more intelligence now of another series of attacks? Have you been briefed on by other countries?
Well, our intelligence agencies have links with many intelligence agencies from other countries, so I think there has been information that has been flowing from many sources. But yes, there has been, as I said in my speech yesterday, our intelligence has been briefed, and certain officials have been notified about the possible attack, but due to some the lapse of security arrangements, most of the officials were not notified, that is including me, and the Prime Minister was not notified about these threats, which is very unfortunate. And so there has been a lapse in that regard, but the President has come back and he has promised to take put an inquiry into this as to why there had been a lapse of the sharing of information amongst everyone.
Remember, WION World is One had earlier reported that Indian intelligence officers had warned their Lankan counterparts about the possible blasts. Information was passed on to Lanka's intel on several occasions. The final round of warning was given just 2 hours prior to the first blast. Sri Lanka admitted to all of this. Lanka's Deputy Defence Minister told WION that India was in fact the first country to have warned Sri Lanka about the attacks. Our correspondent Siddhant Sibbal caught up with the Deputy Defence Minister in an exclusive conversation. Listen to a slice of
the current situation in your country, and is there any reason to be concerned right now for the citizens of this country?
Well, all I can say is I think the citizens of these countries have to stay alert, vigilant for the next few days. But I believe that we will have the situation under control in a couple of days. But until then, yes, our people need to be more vigilant.
Sir, how has India helped you in the entire thing? How has India helping you in the probing of the entire incident?
The Indian government has been very helpful. I mean, they have from the beginning, they've been giving us the assistance that we've been wanting to do the investigations and all, giving us information. They've been very helpful, and as always, we look to our neighbour to help us when such a crisis happens in this country.
So the Prime Minister of New Zealand has said that there is no link. She has said there is no intelligence to prove there have been retaliatory attacks here because of the attacks which happened in New Zealand. What do you have to say on that?
Like I said, from the assessment done by our intelligence services, they believe that it was definitely a motivation, a factor for this group to conduct these bombings on Easter Sunday. This group had started off defacing Buddhist statues, but they never took it up to this magnitude. So to do this on Easter Sunday, our intelligence services assessment is that it was definitely a motivational factor.
So, sir, can you confirm how many people have died in the attack, and specifically the number of Indians who have died in this terror attack?
Right now, the total number is 369.
Yes. And the number of Indians?
And there have been 39 foreigners at the moment, but I'm not too sure exactly how many Indian nationals at the moment.
And any foreign country has asked you or given you suggestion when it comes to helping you out? You spoke about how UAE is helping you. Can you name the countries?
No, right now we have assistance from America, from the UK, India, Australia, and the UAE yesterday called me, and the ambassador called me and they offered their help as well.
Now, Sri Lanka has said that the serial bombings were a retaliation to the New Zealand Christchurch mosque attacks But New Zealand's Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern says her government does not have any such intelligence. Jacinda said, and I quote here, "We haven't received anything officially nor we have received any intelligence reports that corroborate what has been said in Sri Lanka," unquote. Sri Lanka will be in the very early stages of its investigations, so we are simply stepping back and allowing them to undertake those, but we have nothing at this stage to corroborate what is being said. Remember, Ardern's statement comes amid security experts and analysts questioning whether the bomb attacks could have been planned in such a short period. Meanwhile, the blame game within the Sri Lankan government is at its peak, and the Sri Lankan president, Maithripala Sirisena, earlier said that there would be an overhaul of the country's defence forces as they had failed to act on the intel warnings. Sirisena said that the change can be expected in the next 24 hours.
ත්‍රිවිධ හමුදාව ආරක්ෂකංශ මා සම්පූර්ණ ප්‍රතිසංවිධානයකට ඉදිරි සතිය තුල පත් කිරීමට බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා. ඉදිරි පැය 24 තුල ප්‍රධාන වශයෙන්ම ආරක්ෂක අංශවල ප්‍රධානීන්ගේ වෙනසක් කිරීමටත් මා බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා. එම රාජ්‍ය ඔත්තු සේවාවල් වලට ලැබූ තොරතුරු එම නිලධාරීන් විසින් වගකිය යුතු ප්‍රධාන නිලධාරීන් විසින් කිසියම් ආකාරයක මා වෙතද ඉදිරිපත් නොකළ බව මා මෙහිදී විශේෂයෙන් සඳහන් කළ යුතුයි. මෙම තොරතුරු ලැබීම පිළිබඳව මා දැනුවත් කළා නම් මා වහා ඒ පිළිබඳව අවශ්‍ය ක්‍රියාමාර්ග ගැනීමත් පුළුවන්කම තිබුණා.
Remember, Sri Lanka had intelligence inputs warning of the Easter bombings. In fact, Lanka was warned about possible attacks even on Sunday morning, the day the attacks took place. Meanwhile, there were overnight raids in Sri Lanka. The security forces have arrested 18 suspects. At least 3 locations were raided. Remember, there is a national emergency in Sri Lanka, and the forces in the country do not need any court orders to either carry out searches or make arrests. Authorities said that the raids were a part of the operation to track down individuals linked to the serial bombings. These latest arrests have taken the number of detained suspects to 60. 32 of these suspects are in the CID custody. The emergency measures give the Lankan forces the power to detain suspects for up to 3 months.